Hi everyone, it's Donna again. As promised, here's the mini album I've made for the Tradewin Scrappers mini album swap on the Scrap Beach. My partner this month is Sharon. Her YouTube name is Suralear1. I'll put it in the sidebar so that you can see her work. She's wonderful. I've already received my mini from her and it's absolutely gorgeous, which has made me even more nervous about sending her mine. It's my first ever swap, so I'm really quite nervous about whether she'll like it or not. I showed you the cover a little while ago on one of my product videos, and here's the rest of the album finally completed after a few attempts. So it's a chipboard album from the UK. It comes with 2 pieces of chipboard and the rest is cardstock inside. I've added different rings to the edge because the ones it came with were too small, and put some fibres and ribbons on. Then I made this charm for the side, up some beads, added a swivel clasp with a big heart on the end and another little charm, and then another piece of chain with some more charms on. The little charm here says handmade with love. I don't think that will show up on the camera. I'll try and bring it closer, see if you can see. It says handmade with love, and then these ones here is a little heart, a little key, and then another one that says made with love. Now on the front cover I've used some papers from Papermania. It's the Blueberry Hill collection, which you can see in the Do Crafts videos that I did the other day. I took some flowers that I found in one of our local shops, and you got 4 of them for £1, so I thought it was quite good. They were white when I bought them, and I glimmer misted them. The pink one I used, let me think, I used pink taffy on, and the blue ones is Riptide. And then I took some chipboard letters that I had that were originally white, and I covered them with Distress Crackle paint. I believe it was the worn lipstick, and once that had dried and cracked I put over the top some Anita's 3D gloss medium just to seal it. And the actual cover of the chipboard piece, once the paper was stuck on and dried, I covered it with Mod Podge, but the only Mod Podge I've got is the glitter one, so it's got a slight sparkle to it, but I'm not sure whether that will show up on the camera. Again, I'm at that angle where I can't exactly see what's on screen. So we open it up inside, and on the first page I just cut out some hearts from the paper that matched, and I stamped one of my journaling stamps just in the corner here in the coordinating pink. I've distressed all the edges with distress ink in Tattered Rose, Worn Lipstick and Walnut Stain, and I just added some bling around the edge to keep that page quite simple, and then just a little heart embellishment here. Then over onto this page I took some Prima flowers and glimmer misted them again with Riptide and pink taffy. Added some pearls in the centre and some bling on this one. Then I cut out some chipboard, covered it with the paper that I'd used here, pink paper, and again covered it with this sparkle Mod Podge, and it's left open at this side. I've put the 3D foam on the back so that Sharon can seal it once she's put the photo in she wants, but I've left it open at the moment so she can get the photo in. And every page in the book, before I stuck anything to it, all the papers were sprayed with Moon Glow Glitz Spritz, because they're what I had before the glimmer mist, so they're all sprayed with that. Again, this page is inked with Worn Lipstick, Tattered Rose and Walnut Stain. And then on the next page I used the same papers from the Blueberry Hill collection. There's all Blueberry Hill in here for the papers, and then I cut out this shape with one of my dies. I don't have Nestabilities, I have the Nellie Snellen ones, so I used one of those to cut that out, and used my Big Shot to cut out some chipboard and covered it with the matching paper from the collection, and then just cut out a circle with my circle cutter, the Fiskars shape cutters, and then just made it a little card, and there's a journaling slot inside, so there's places for photos and there's places for journaling, and that just slips in there, so it gives Sharon options. Then over this side I cut out some wings that I made out of cardstock and then glimmer misted them with the Riptide and then distressed them again with the Distress ink. Then cut out a matching heart, again used the pink taffy glimmer mist on it and then just stamped around it with some chalk ink. Then over the page I made an envelope out of cardstock and just made a little card to go inside, and the card just opens up and there's places for photos and there's places for journaling, so it just goes all the way through and all the way across the back, so there's plenty of places for Sharon to put things, and I'll put that away afterwards. And then I made some paper flowers and put some bead trim just under here, and then coloured one of the Tim Holtz Adage tickets as well to match. And then over on this page I cut some of the paper to make a pocket. I'd actually originally covered the page with the blue paper to match the first page, but I cut some of the pink to make a pocket. I stamped it with some swirl stamps from Autumn Leaves and then some more stamps that I had in my stash that are, I believe they're from a company called Royal and Lang Nickel. So I stamped those and the love using Brilliance ink in the pearlescent. Then again took some white roses and dyed them with my glimmer mist, but this time I used the cherry limeade. I also took some lace trim that I dyed with the cherry limeade as well. Then I made some tags to go inside. Made two similar ones in this shape and stamped them with the same stamps and put the journaling on the back. And then a slightly smaller tag which again has been stamped with little images and journaling on the back, but I haven't stamped too much so it leaves room for photos if that's what Sharon wants to do. Then turning the page, again I did another pocket on this side as I've done over the page, stamped it with Autumn Leaves swirl stamps and took some flowers. This time they're not Prima, they're from another company that I got in the UK, glimmer misted them with the same colours. Then I took a clear button that comes from a company called Paper Seller, stuck some of the paper to the back of it with diamond glaze and then just put some fibres through the centre. And then I made some more tags with the papers, just put some little heart stamps down the edge which are a Papermania set, and then just stamped the word sweetheart down the bottom and again put the journaling lines on the back. Exactly the same for that one, and then this one I used a slightly different coloured paper, same heart stamp, and then used the word love and then again put the journaling lines on the back. So that's that page. And then over on this page I cut out another one of the shapes with my Nellie Snellen dies, and this time I put it through on a texture plate and put the texture on it through my Big Shop, and then I covered it with what's it called? Versamark, silly, I can't think, and then beautied it, but the only ultra thick embossing enamel I've got has actually got glitter in, so that's why it's a slightly glittery effect to it. Then just a die cut piece in a heart and then just added some roses for decoration. So that's that page, and I think it's really sweet, and again something different, somewhere she can put a photo, but I've made sure it's open here so she can get behind. And looking at my time, I think I'm nearly up at my 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop there and start with part 2. Thanks for watching so far. Speak to you again in a minute. Bye!